The year was 2143, and Earth was a dying ember of its former self. Oceans had dried into deserts, cities were crumbling into ruins, and the air was thick with the ashes of mankind's mistakes. Humanity's greatest minds had tried everything to reverse the devastation, but every solution came too late or failed too spectacularly. It wasn't until the signal appeared that hope, fragile and fleeting, had been reignited. The signal was first detected by Vera Patel, a junior astrophysicist working the night shift at the International Space Observatory. It was faint, rhythmic, and entirely unnatural, a sequence of patterns repeated like a pulse, originating from a point 12 light-years away in the Epsilon Eridani system. Vera didn't realize the gravity of her discovery until the message within the signal was decoded months later. Coordinates, equations, and strange blueprints for a device that could possibly bend the laws of physics themselves. Humanity didn't know what was waiting for them out there, but it was clear someone or something was calling. The world's remaining resources were funneled into Project Egress, a desperate effort to build what the blueprints described, a massive interstellar vessel named the Solace. Governments crumbled, nations clashed, but humanity's survival outweighed all fractures. They needed to leave Earth before the atmosphere reached the point of no return. Leading the crew was Captain Ilara Mendez, a decorated space explorer who had lost her family to famine years prior. To her, this mission wasn't just about humanity's survival. It was about finding belonging in a universe that seemed hell-bent on leaving humanity behind. As the Solace breached the atmosphere, carrying 100 of the brightest scientists, engineers, and dreamers Earth had left, their journey of 12 light-years began. Months in hypersleep went by as the ship hurtled through the void, guided by autopilot and the coordinates imprinted on their systems. But when the crew awoke, something was wrong. Time had slipped. What should have been a simple calculation error revealed a disturbing truth. Too much time had passed. They had been in hypersleep for 12,000 years. The realization was suffocating. Earth was gone. The planet they had sacrificed their lives to save was now likely uninhabitable. Or worse, lifeless. Grief turned to fear, but they pushed forward. If the signal givers were out there, they could hold the key to answers no human could imagine. When the Solace finally exited hyperspace and entered the Epsilon Eridani system, the source of the signal loomed before them. A massive, ancient structure orbiting an ice-blue, uninhabitable planet. The crew dubbed it the Beacon. The architecture was like nothing they'd ever seen. Dark, extraterrestrial metal, latticed with glowing, pulsating lights that seemed almost alive. As the Solace approached, the ship's systems flickered nervously and went silent. The beacon had taken control. A voice, not mechanical but undeniably alien, emanated from every corner of the ship. It spoke in whispers, yet each crew member somehow understood it. You are late, but you are here. The test remains. Ilara felt her heart pounding as she ordered the crew to stay calm. The beacon had opened its structure, a cavernous entrance leading deep within. Against their instincts, they entered. As they ventured through the dark, otherworldly corridors, holographic projections illuminated before them. A brief history told without words. The alien beings who built the beacon had faced the same extinction humanity did. They conquered war, disease, and the collapse of their planet, only to realize their survival led nowhere without others to share the universe. They had left the beacon as a challenge, calling species advanced enough to find it. The test was simple and absolute. A glowing sphere of light appeared in the room, pulsating as the alien voice spoke once again. Prove your worth. Show us humanity's potential for harmony or destruction. The device from the blueprints, which the crew had unknowingly built into the Solace, activated. It emitted a shimmering, translucent barrier, trapping the crew within. Within seconds, memories and emotions filled the chamber. Conflicts, betrayals, triumphs, loves, and losses from each member of the ship. The device wasn't judging their technology or their intellect. It was testing their humanity. One by one, crew members began collapsing under the weight of their darkest actions and memories. Ilara was the last to remain standing. She stood trembling, her own guilt threatening to break her. But instead of resisting, she embraced the pain, the mistakes, the flaws. "We're not perfect," she said aloud to the glowing sphere, "but we try, and sometimes trying is enough." There was silence,